Hello, my name is Mohit, and in this video I'm playing with my multi-agent data science system, and I want to show you what happens below the hood when we interact with the agent. So here we have some interaction that I had the with the agent, and the first question I asked was show me an overview of the data, and then the agent returns the answer saying that we have access to a forecasting sticker sales data set, and the data set has a one train set and one test set, and these are the columns in each data set. Now that I know that in this data set we have sticker sales data per country, per store, per product, and as a function of date, I want to know which countries are there in my data set. So then I asked which countries are there in the dataset, and then it tells me that these are the countries that are present. And once I know which countries are there, and this is a sticker sales data, I want to know um, which countries are selling the most amount of stickers as a function of time, and when do they sell the most amount of stickers. So I asked this, plot the number of sticker sales per country as a function of date. And once I ask this, it calls the BigQuery agent to fetch the data from the SQL database. And then once it has the data, it shows the check mark that it has performed the action. And then it calls the analytics agent to write the Python code to plot the data. And that's what we have here. It returns the plot with total number of sticker sales sold as a function of date. And we can see that the country Norway has the most total number of sticker sales over time. And we also see that the sales peak in the first month of the year, and then it declines. And that's consistent in all the countries. So now that we know this, so the analytics agent returns this plot to the root agent, and then root agent gives us the summary of the result as well, saying that Norway consistently shows highest sales figures, and Kenya shows lower sales figures than other nations. And we see a peak around January 3, and Canada, Finland, and Singapore are closely clustered. So now, once we know this, I wanted to know what I wanted to know which stores in Norway are selling the most amount of stickers, and I asked the agent plot the sticker sales in Norway stores as a function of date. So then it went to BigQuery agent and returned the it went to BigQuery agent, which sent the data to analytics agent, and we got this plot, which is total number of sticker sales sold as a function of date, which is not what we asked actually. I asked plot the sticker sales in Norway stores as a function of date. So my query was not clear, but I intended to know which stores are doing the best in Norway, but it did not understand that. It plotted instead the sticker sales in Norway as a function of date. Additionally, it also made the time horizon shorter. So this is from January to mid-February instead of the previous figure that was for the whole, that was for a larger scale from January till August, November. And it also says that here it says it produced the plot for beginning of January until mid of February, and the sales fluctuate daily with noticeable peaks and troughs. So the good thing is that it can make the figures and it can explain them as we expect it to be. But it did get this question wrong, and it assumed that it should make the plot from January to mid February. That was notable. But then I asked it again with a better query, and I asked how many stores are there in Norway that are selling stickers, because I wanted to see if there are like 50 stores. I don't want to plot them in the same figure. So I want to see how many are there. And then it returned there are 3 stores. And after that, I went with my main query that I wanted to make initially. I said for each store, plot the number of sticker sales as a function of date, represent each store as a line in the line chart. And then it did the whole exercise again and returned this plot, which is what I wanted to see. So here we have number of stickers sold as a number of stickers sold as a function of date. And we can see that the premium sticker mart is selling the most amount of stickers in Norway, and discount stickers is not selling that much instead of the fact that they're giving discount even in their name. All right, so this was the exchange between me and the agent. Now I want to show you what happens below the hood. So if we click on the sidebar and I go into events, this is the first question, show me the overview of the data. And if I click on this one, I see that the data science root agent is, to answer this question, data science root agent did not have to query any agent. It had this information by itself already because it has the context of the data, and it returned to us the information that we see here. So it has the access to overview of the data. And then I asked which countries are there in the dataset. In this question, it went and called the BigQuery agent and asked the BigQuery agent which are the distinct countries in the train table, which is different from the question that I asked. I asked which countries are there in the dataset. It assumed that we should look into train table, and it refined the question for the BigQuery agent to which are the distinct countries in the train table. And then to respond to this question, BigQuery agent wrote a SQL query in which it said select distinct country from this data that we have. And in the end, it returned all the countries. And it prepared the response in JSON format, and it returned the response to the root agent. Once the root agent has had the response, it prepared this response to send to the user, and that's what we see here. So in between, from this step to this step, the BigQuery agent returns to the root agent the answer in JSON format, and it explains what the data means. And then the root agent takes the response from BigQuery agent and it refines it and then presents it finally to the user in a better language than what BigQuery agent does. And when I asked this question, plot the number of sticker sales per country as a function of date, here you can see that it sends the query to BigQuery agent and tells the BigQuery agent get the total number of stickers sold per country for each date from the train table. So it refines the user query again. And then again, we have JSON response from the BigQuery agent, which is a very long response. And after that, the root agent takes this response and sends it to the analytics agent and tells the analytics agent, plot the total number of sticker sales per country as a function of date, create a line chart with date on the x-axis and the number of sales on the y-axis, use a different color for each country. So it's a very refined query again. So now the analytics agent writes Python code and it makes a plot and it sends the response to the root agent saying, here is the final summary of the analysis, including the line chart, blah, 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 which the root agent refines and sends to the user, which is what we see here. So this result is not coming from the analytics agent. It is coming from the root agent, which is a refinement of what the analytics agent told the root agent about the analysis. And this goes on again and again. So every time the root we ask something to the root agent, and the root agent asks to the BigQuery agent. The BigQuery agent returns the response in JSON format. And then if we need that data to be plotted, we send that data to analytics agent, which writes Python code, uh, returns the plot, and it also returns the explanation, which the root agent massages and presents to the user. All right, so this was my interaction with the agent. I have several other things that I noticed. For example, the responses were slow, especially when I was asking it to plot certain things, and it took very long to plot them. But I want to investigate that a bit further before I see how much time it's taking for every response, and why is it taking so long to do that. But for now, this is it, and I will see you next time.